Hello everyone. The item of significance I chose is my diabetic pump, also known as my insulin pump, and it's something that means a lot to me. To give you some background, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 7 years old. I'm 20 now, so I've been dealing with type 1 diabetes for 13 years. That's that's more than half of my life, and it's been a long, challenging, and an eye-opening journey. When I was first diagnosed, everything changed suddenly. I couldn't just eat when I was hungry or go about my day without thinking about my blood sugar. Every meal, every snack, and even physical activity had to be planned around my condition. I had to learn to pay attention to how I felt. Dizzy, tired, shaky, all signs that my blood sugar might be too high or too low. For a long time, I depended completely on other people. For the first several years, I had to get my insulin shots from my parents or from the school nurse when I was in class. At that age, I didn't fully understand what was happening. All I knew was that I had to stop whatever I was doing to get an injection, even if that meant in front of other kids. And to be honest, that was embarrassing. It made me feel different, like I wasn't as capable or independent as everyone else. Even though I knew it wasn't my fault, that type 1 diabetes is something you're born with and not something you cause, it still made me feel weak. Growing up, I saw my diabetes as a limitation rather than a strength. I was constantly worried about what could go wrong or what might other people think when they saw me needing help. That all started to change when I got my insulin pump. When I first heard about it, I was excited. The idea there was a device that could automatically deliver insulin and help me manage my diabetes was amazing. Getting my pump was honestly a turning point in my life. It wasn't complicated to use, and if it were, it wouldn't be sold for public use. But it gave me something far more important than convenience. It gave me independence. With my insulin pump, I no longer had to wait for someone else to help me. If I was hungry, I could eat what I wanted as long as I calculated my carbs and programmed the pump correctly. I could handle my condition on my own. That independence meant everything to me. It made me feel capable and in control, not just of my diabetes, but also of my life. Over time, using the pump also taught me a lot about how my body works. I started to understand the patterns, when my blood sugar would rise, what foods affected me the most, and how to handle highs and lows before they became serious. Instead of being afraid of my diabetes, I started to take ownership of it. I learned how to listen to my body and how to respond. Over the years, I've had two different pumps. The first one was a smaller and simpler. I would calculate how many carbs I was eating, enter that number, and the pump would deliver the insulin. It worked great, but technology has improved a lot since then. The pump I have now is much more advanced. It's bigger, but it also has a built-in sensor that tracks my blood sugar throughout the day. I enter my daily blood sugar readings so the pump can stay accurate, and it even makes small corrections automatically when needed. It's almost like having a mini medical assistant with me at all times. There's a huge sense of comfort that comes with knowing the pump is always working in the background, making those small adjustments and keeping me safe. It's not perfect. I still have to monitor things, change the site every few days, and deal with the alarms when my blood sugar levels go out of range. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's made managing my diabetes so much easier and has allowed me to live a more normal life. From the beginning of my journey, I can confidently say that getting my insulin pump was one of the best things that's ever happened to me, at least from a diabetic standpoint. But it's more than that. It's not just a medical device to me, it's a symbol of my independence, responsibility, and growth. When I look back at that 7-year old kid who had to depend on everyone else just to get an insulin shot, and then I look at who I am now, someone who manages his own health, understands his body, and can live freely, I see how far I've come. My insulin pump didn't just change how I manage my diabetes, it's changed how I see myself. It's taught me patience, discipline, and self awareness. It's shown me that even though I have a condition I can't control, I can still control how I live with it. And that mindset, that balance between acceptance and responsibility, has helped me shape me into the person I am today. So while my insulin pump may just look like a small piece of technology to most people, to me, it represents freedom, growth, and maturity. It's not only helped me manage my diabetes, but in many ways, it's helped me grow into a man. Thank you.